Have you ever wondered what Earth would be like without life? It's a question that leads us down a path of fascinating exploration into a realm where the world as we know it ceases to exist. But why should we care about such a hypothetical scenario? Well, it's because life, in all its diverse forms, has played a critical role in shaping our planet's environment, from the air we breathe to the soil beneath our feet. Now, imagine Earth without its rich tapestry of life, a silent and still rock floating in the vast expanse of space. It might resemble something akin to Mars or Venus, our neighboring planets that currently don't support life. These celestial bodies serve as stark reminders of what our home could be like without the life-giving forces that animate it. So, let's embark on a journey back in time to explore Earth's history and periods when life didn't yet exist. Our journey begins with the Hadean Eon, the Earth's earliest eon, approximately 4.6 billion years ago. This period, named after Hades, the Greek god of the underworld, was a time of relentless and brutal change. Imagine a world scorching hot, with molten lava oceans and a sky filled with toxic gases. This was an era not yet ready to support life as we know it. The Earth was a restless infant planet, constantly reshaping its surface. The formation of the Earth's crust was a critical event during this eon. It was a process that took hundreds of millions of years as the planet cooled and solidified from its molten state. This crust, however, was not the stable and familiar land we walk on today. It was thin, fragile, and frequently disrupted by volcanic activity. The Hadean Eon was a turbulent and harsh time, devoid of life, but it set the stage for the next chapter in Earth's history. Fast forward to the Archean Eon, a period that began around 4 billion years ago. This was a time when Earth's atmosphere was vastly different from what we know today. It was primarily composed of methane, ammonia, and other gases, a far cry from the oxygen-rich air we breathe now. But beneath this inhospitable atmosphere, the first signs of life started to appear. In the sheltered depths of the ocean, life began its journey in the form of simple single-celled organisms. These were not complex beings with thoughts, desires, or even the ability to move. They were merely microscopic blobs drifting aimlessly in the water. Yet, their importance in the grand scheme of Earth's history cannot be overstated. These organisms, known as prokaryotes, were Earth's first inhabitants. They didn't have a nucleus or other complex structures that we associate with modern cells, but they had something that no form of life had ever had before: the ability to reproduce and pass on their genetic material to the next generation. As these prokaryotes multiplied, they began to change the world around them. One group, in particular, the cyanobacteria, began to photosynthesize. This process, which involves using sunlight to convert water and carbon dioxide into oxygen and glucose, started to slowly alter Earth's atmosphere. Over hundreds of millions of years, the cyanobacteria pumped out oxygen, gradually replacing the methane and ammonia with the life-sustaining gas we depend on today. This was the first significant change in Earth's atmosphere brought about by life, and it set the stage for the evolution of more complex organisms. The Archean Eon was not a time of dramatic landscapes or impressive animals. It was a time of slow, incremental change driven by the simplest of life forms. But it was this simplicity, this tenacity of life to thrive against the odds, that laid the foundation for the incredible diversity of life we see today. The Archean Eon marked the dawn of life on Earth, but our planet was far from the bustling hub of biodiversity we know today. Now imagine if all life suddenly vanished from Earth today. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? A world devoid of the hustle and bustle of life, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, the laughter of children. But what would this lifeless Earth actually look like? Firstly, let's consider the cessation of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants convert sunlight into food, and it's crucial for our planet. It not only provides the oxygen that we breathe, but it also absorbs carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas. Without this process, oxygen levels would slowly decline, while carbon dioxide levels would rise, leading to significant changes in the atmosphere. Over time, the Earth's atmosphere would become more similar to that of Mars, with a thin carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere that wouldn't be able to support the kind of life we know. The sky would no longer be blue, but rather a dusty reddish hue. Next, we must consider the deterioration of ecosystems and landscapes. Without the constant growth, death, and decay cycles of life, the Earth's landscapes would start to change. Forests would wither, rivers would reroot, and cities would crumble. Without the actions of living organisms, the processes of weathering and erosion would take over, reshaping the Earth's surface over millennia. Our beautiful oceans would also undergo a transformation. Without marine life to stir up nutrients, the water would become stratified, leading to dead zones where no life could survive. The coral reefs, the rainforests of the sea, would become skeletal remains, ghostly reminders of the life they once harbored. The Earth, as we know it, teems with life in every nook and cranny, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains, from the hottest deserts to the coldest tundras. It's hard to fathom just how much life influences our planet, but one thing is certain. In the absence of life, Earth would undergo dramatic transformations, becoming unrecognizable to us. So, what have we learned from our exploration of a lifeless Earth? We've journeyed through the Hadean and Archean eons, periods of Earth's history unmarked by life. We've seen how the planet, in its raw, lifeless state, was a tumultuous and harsh environment, unlike anything we can imagine today. We've also contemplated a modern Earth devoid of life, a silent world where the ceaseless cycles of birth, growth, death, and decay have come to a halt. We've seen how the absence of life would fundamentally alter the face of our planet, transforming its vibrant landscapes into desolate vistas. But through all this, we've also come to appreciate the profound impact of life. It's life that has shaped and continues to shape our planet, engineering the environment, regulating the atmosphere, and even influencing the geological processes beneath our feet. While it's fascinating to ponder a lifeless Earth, it's also a stark reminder of the vital role life plays in shaping our planet and making it the unique and habitable place we call home.